Stories of addiction and stories of recovery are the greatest stories ever told, literally. I'll explain. F. Scott Fitzgerald, a pretty good storyteller himself, once said, "There are no second acts in American lives," and what he meant was, people don't really change. They grow up, get jobs, get married, and life just goes on in one direction. They don't change because they're comfortable. Now, the life of an addict, that's much different. A lot of discomfort there, a lot of pain. Now, change is a core element in myths. There was a guy named Joseph Campbell who said that all truly great stories are, in essence, the same story. That every great character from Jesus Christ and Buddha to Luke Skywalker and Michael Corleone, they go on the same journey. Now, this journey has 3 acts. Act 1 is the beginning of the movie. We meet the character, get his background. Jesus is born in Bethlehem. The Buddha grows up a rich prince. Luke Skywalker is an immature kid. Michael Corleone comes home from the war. He's innocent. In Act 2, it's when all the action happens. We meet friends and enemies. There are trials. The character is tested. And he changes because he has to overcome these trials. And at the end of Act 2, there is a capital C crisis. Everyone leaves. All hope is lost. Jesus is crucified. The Buddha sees the pain of sickness, aging, and death. Obi-Wan Kenobi dies. And then something miraculous happens. This character sees that they've changed along the way, that they can defeat whatever they're facing. And in the 3rd act, they achieve the impossible, the unimaginable. The Buddha becomes enlightened. Skywalker becomes a Jedi. Michael becomes the Godfather. Jesus literally comes back to life. Now, what do all these things have in common? Pain, transformation, sacrifice, crucifixion, renouncing the life of a king, growing up, experiencing life and death. Now, why do they do it? As Campbell would tell us, it's because myths point out the greatest aspects of who we are as human beings: humility and selflessness, the power and the beauty of giving it away. Jesus and Buddha, they gave back to the world. Luke Skywalker saved the galaxy. And Michael sacrificed his innocence. He became a killer, but he did it for his family. Now, like I said, most ordinary people's lives, they don't change like that. But an addict's life, an alcoholic's life, let's look at that. Act 1. Almost every addict I've ever met shares a common experience. It's said 1,000 different ways. I felt alone in a room full of people. I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I had imposter syndrome. I was disconnected. All these various ways of describing emotional pain, suffering. Now, our inciting incident is substances. They put an end to the suffering. Things are great for a while, but that only lasts so long before consequences come. Rehabs, jails, loneliness, desperation. Addicts, we even have a name for the end of our second acts. We call it a bottom. And somewhere in that blackness, what another storyteller called the dark night of the soul, comes the first moment of sacrifice, surrender. The old you dies so that something new can live. And you have the strength for a 3rd act because of everything that you've been through. People love the word recovery now, but it really is a rebirth, an enlightenment. You stop sleeping. You wake the fuck up. You learn to be selfless, maybe through AA or NA or therapy or religion or your family or some greater calling. Whatever it is, you find a way to change. And you fight the good fight, as my grandfather used to say. Maybe you're not Buddha, but you grow up. And you do away with the take mentality. You start to give back because that's what it means to be clean. Now, here is the really interesting part. Joseph Campbell had a name for this kind of story. He called it the hero's journey. And if you're listening to this and you're like me, maybe that's what your life is supposed to be about. Because in a very real way, this world is divided into good guys and bad guys. And a lot of times it seems like the bad guys are winning. I'm not talking about class or politics here. I'm talking about everyone from warlords to the heartless elites to the guy who cheats on his wife. The bad guys hurt people one way or another. And so maybe the universe or God or the great big whatever is calling you to be some kind of a hero, an ordinary hero, a good mom, a brother, somebody's friend, somebody's boss, a volunteer, a teacher, someone who speaks up for people, someone who gives a shit. Maybe you're supposed to have these trials. Maybe you're supposed to sacrifice. Maybe you're supposed to change. Maybe you have a purpose. So if you're at the bottom, it may be painful, but the truth is, you're in the best place possible. Everything ahead of you can be all third act, all an upward trajectory, all an entirely new thing. So put it down, call someone, do whatever it is you know you have to do, and take this journey. Renounce the old ways, save the galaxy, come back to life, and be a hero, man. God knows we could use more of them.